How you doing? I'm Louis Gamino with Irrigation LA. We're here at a project of ours. We got called out to this landscape. The owners of the property, they had some red flags. This is a brand new landscape. If I say brand new, it's about 2 years old. So somebody else had done the install and they asked us to come out and just kind of figure out what exactly is going on. The irrigation, it's not irrigating properly. Certain areas are wetter than others, dry spots. So a lot went wrong. They had another company do the install, and we'll just touch base on a couple things that was done here. So they did install some drip irrigation. Now, as you notice, you do have a valve here, and then it has a 1-inch pipe, which then ties into our point of connection here. Now, if you notice, there's something absent in between the valve and the drip line. That is a vital component. That is the pressure regulator, as well as a filter should be in place between the valve and the drip line. That's a very important part. That reduces the pressure down to 40 or 30 psi, depending on the pressure filter. So it rates, the fittings are rated only for that amount of pressure to go through it. When you don't install a pressure regulator, it will have an excess of pressure. It can cause those fittings to blow off. When there's no filter, the emitters will go ahead and clog up quicker than if you had a filter in there in place. So that's something that's wrong with the system. Installed properly. The owner is a little bit frustrated because, well, they paid for something and it was expensive. Now you're paying to have it redone again properly. So this particular valve, they had one point of connection for over 500 linear feet of drip irrigation tubing. Now the specs for the drip irrigation tubing state that off of one point of connection at 0.6 gallons per hour at 12-inch spacing, you could get about 340, 360 linear feet. So they went way overboard, installed way too much drip irrigation off of one point of connection. So towards the end of the line, there was a very small amount of water coming out, but in the beginning here, nearest the valve, it had an excess of water. So wet and super dry, improper installation. So whenever you do drip irrigation, you gotta have a pressure regulator, you gotta have a filter on it, you gotta have an ARV, you gotta have a clean out. All these things have to be sized properly for it to function adequately to last many, many years. There's that old saying, drip irrigation, it's not expensive to do it right the first time. It's expensive to do it twice. So always get it done properly the first time. And think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.